I am beset with technical difficulties this evening, but alas, we shall film videos. In today's video, we're going to learn about the first Premier League to fall to the bottom of English football. Stuntpeg is an excellent football creator. Surprised I haven't subscribed already. Seen several videos, liked what I saw. Go ahead and give some love to her channel. Now we are going to learn about the first Premier League club to fall to the bottom of English football. I'm very interested in this. Let's get into it.
There are 4 professional leagues in the English football system. The Premier League at the top, then the Championship, then League One, and at the bottom, League Two. The first team to be relegated from the top, the Premier League, down to the bottom, League Two, plays in this town here, Swindon, not Wyndon. And that's the whole point. 1991, Glenn Hoddle becomes Swindon.
This is because they're not winning. Now, this is a little surprising to me that this is the first club to fall to the 4th, because I was assuming that when this says to fall to the bottom of English football, I was thinking that this meant fall all the way down to the the 10th or the 11th, where it's not even a professional club or even semi-pro, but amateur.
Swindon Town manager. 1993, Swindon Town win promotion to the Premier League. The 90s promised to be as exciting for Swindon Town as they were for Oasis. But unfortunately, Glenn Hoddle decides to move to Chelsea, and Swindon Town say, maybe you're going to be the one that saves me, to assistant John Gorman. Except he didn't.
I caught that.
Swindon are relegated straight away with just 5 wins, conceding
Wow.
a record-breaking 100 goals. That record stood until Sheffield United broke it in 2024, conceding 104 goals in a season. Damn, Sheffield United, that was our record. The club spent the next 12 years battling between the 2nd tier and the 3rd tier of English football, desperate to get away from these tiers, and they did. 2006, Italy win the World Cup. Swindon Town are relegated.
2006, Italy win the World Cup, and they also had that, was it Cannavaro? I might have that. Don't yell at me for the pronunciation. But that's when it was a center back who won the Ballon d'Or, if I'm remembering correctly.
At least they finally got out of the 2nd tier, 3rd tier battle they were in. 12 years after 1 season in the Premier League, Swindon Town dropped to the bottom tier of English professional football, the first club to do so. You'll never sing that. How is Swindon Town getting on now? Well, they're currently sat 22nd in the bottom tier of English professional football, and their fans have arranged a protest in their next match to force the current owners out. It's not well, but why?
So that's about to put them in Wrexham's division, or the one that they climbed out of, that the national, is that what it's called? The conference? The National League? Boy, it's been a long time since I watched Welcome to Wrexham.
Now for the protest, and I've been told it shouldn't be too hard to spot it. Just look for the orange hats. So I'm just going to follow. Imagine if there's just an orange hat convention in Swindon on the same day. Clem Morfuni.
I don't know what to say. What can I say about Clem Morfuni? Insincere, liar, false promises.
I know what that feels like right now.
When Clem
Looking
Morfuni
at you,
came, everyone
Nico
hated him,
Harrison.
Everyone was on board. He was the saviour. We'd had a terrible owner before. He was pulling pints in pubs. When you went to away games, you'd see him and you'd sing his name and everyone loved him. He started making some pretty questionable decisions, and since then it's just been like constantly. We had this amazing director of football in his first season who managed to, in 2 weeks, assemble a team that should have been promoted. It was a penalty kick away from getting to Wembley, and he got rid of him and he appointed this guy to do like a data-led kind of shitty version of Brighton Hove Albion's model. He was a guy who had never done that before at another club, so we recruited a lot of 22-year-olds, 21-year-olds. That was the average age of the signing, and they just weren't cut out for League Two, and it was a nightmare. So today, as you can see from the orange hat, the Clementine hat.
That's why it is. Oh, Wow, that is really
No,
good.
I didn't think of that. I can't claim that. It's about being noticeable. It's about in the ground. Everyone's wearing an orange hat. Hopefully, you know, a few more people join us, and in the ground it's going to be full of orange.
The club is not being managed the way that it should be managed. There's been all sorts of admin errors. Every fan just wants this club to do well.
Such a crazy... I wish... The Mavericks tried to have something like this just recently where a bunch of fans organized a protest. There was a number of people who showed up, but you would want way more to show up to a protest like that. I'm impressed by these fans and their commitment and dedication to their team. I wish American sports had more dedicated fans.
We'll all have our opinions, but at the end of the day, as you can see today, we've all come together for that one thing, and that one thing is for Club Morphini to leave this football club.
This dude. What an opening note in this kid's face.
There is a lot of anxiety around this football club that mirrors some of the anxieties people have about Swindon Town and some of the neglects of other of its community assets like the Oasis Centre. Ultimately, I think there is still a huge amount of pride in Swindon, and that's what days like today are all about harnessing that pride and reminding ourselves of how many we are.
There's a rallying cry to get as many people in a photograph as possible.
I notice how intertwined and interconnected the football club is with the town itself. We've had this conversation so much on the channel that I almost don't even want to go back into it again because we talk about it almost every video, but I think it's worth noting that because of the model of American sports where we are fans of franchises, we are inherently consumers of the sport, we don't have... Like, it would be great to have a club for every town. Imagine with how big Texas is, if we could have a club in every town in Texas, it would rival. It would be like we would have to have promotion and relegation because there's no way you can have a closed league with a club in every town. So I think that's another reason why promotion and relegation just really works in Europe and everywhere else in the world. It really works because they have clubs for every community. We don't do that. We have 30 franchises to choose from, 32 NFL teams to choose from, and they're all a branch or an arm of a greater league. So, for instance, when teams decide they want to trade players, there is the option for the commissioner of the league to override and say you can't do that. It's not in the best interest of the league, and reject that from happening. It's not unheard of for the league itself to interfere with clubs or teams and the way they're managed because it's advancing its best interest, not necessarily the interest of the team or the players. So it's a completely different world. And I wish we had clubs for every community. I'm just noticing the support in this community and how it actually extends beyond just a football club to the entire community. And I'm just wishing we had something like that.
To show just how many people want to spread this message.
Come and get in this photo if you're in an orange hat. Come on. Right. People on shoulders. Let's get some people on shoulders.
I think we've come to realise in the English game that nobody will listen to you unless you make yourself heard. And that's exactly what Swindon Town supporters are doing today. Not only are they spreading the orange hats, they are spreading the word. The message is clear. They want Clegmore Fooney out.
Why do you think football clubs are so important to communities?
Oh, here's the
I think
question.
football clubs, they represent cities and towns and generations upon generations of families. Having routine and having things that make you get up and leave your house and see old friends and believe in something is so, so important. Swindon is an extremely proud community that doesn't want to lose touch with its history and all the things that make the town great.
Love that. What an answer.
What's happening right now is one by one, somebody is stepping up to name their all-time favourite Swindon Town player. This is Mike. It appears that Mike is saying that he was there in 1969 when Swindon Town beat Arsenal.
Wow.
That is incredible. And any moment now, after Mike's told his story, he will shout Red Army, and the fans will chant back.
Thank you so much for coming to tell us about 69. Give us a red army.
Pause. Is definitely going to be copyrighted, and I'm definitely going to have to cut it out of the video. What a great documentary style video here. Vlog.
I'll always be proud to be a Swindon Town fan during the highs and lows, whatever it may be, whatever the club's going to throw in my face next. I'll always back them and always follow them. It's just one of them at the moment. We just got to really dig deep and ride it out and just hope we can stay in the Football League for a start. I think it's a bit alarming the fact that a club of our size is currently dancing and flirting with the non-league.
Have Swindon Town ever been relegated out of the Football League?
No, never. I'm starting to make peace with it, to be honest. Like, in terms of that's a reality. I think before in League Two, it was like, it's not possible to go down, like we're Swindon Town. And now we are where we are because we deserve to be there, and we are one of the worst teams in the Football League.
Don't get me wrong, like the thought of going into the Football League, we flirted with the non-league last year, and I won't lie, I genuinely lost sleep over the thought of it last year. If it does happen, then so be it. If it's a step that we got to take to get our football club back and have it going in the right direction, then that's what's got to be done.
Like, we got smashed in the FA Cup at home 7-4 by Aldershot last year, who didn't even make the playoffs in the National League. And so our level is probably below League Two at this moment in time.
Okay. Come on, Swindon Town.
We're okay coming and seeing Swindon lose. That's absolutely fine. But to see us run with no sense of what we are, what we have been, how much this club means to the town and to families and to the young kids who are.
You know what's so backwards here? I'm assuming they win this game with that 2-0 lead. Yeah. You know what's so backwards here? Is everyone is from American sports. Everyone is so happy for a 2-0 win. If my team was this bad, was near the bottom of the league in any of my American sports, I'd be very upset for winning that game. Like, if we've just been terrible all year long, we've been bad all year, stinking up the joint all year long, and then we win a meaningless game that has literally no purpose for our team to play, I'd be upset by winning that game. Even though it's fun to win games, I'd be like, come on, guys. Why are we trying to win these games? Because we're losing draft status. We're losing. But here, this community who is rallying to get their team, to keep their team from being relegated, they get to cheer. when their team wins a game, because that's 3 points on the table. That's good for their cause. So backward.
Going to lose hope in a ground and a club that isn't run with any sort of love and care at all. Today feels like day one.
Swindon Town are 2-0 up, but it appears you've got a 12th man. Because of the layout of the stadium and the two stands either side being quite low down, is that contributing to the wind?
Big time. It happens all the time at Swindon. It's been happening for years and years and years, because the wind always comes over the town end. Because the town end isn't very high, the wind easily comes over the top but then dips down to the pitch level. So down at the level of the pitch it speeds up, and so it's like impossible to take goal kicks against it.
I don't know who this wind fella is, but I want one. How much will he cost? If Clem Morfuni was to watch this video, what would your message to him be?
Please sell, mate. It's not fun for you, it's not fun for us. Let's, like, if you really love the club like you say you do, and there's no malevolent reason for you being here, please just sell the club.
We can fall into oblivion and maybe
He's
not
nice
come
about
back.
it.
The likes of Torquay United go out the league and they've never come back. As much as they've come close, they haven't come back. And I would hate to see that happen to us. We're far too big of a club and too successful of a club in recent years to have that happen to us, really.
Wow. Amazing. Amazing video. If you liked this video, go ahead and smash like on it for me. Go check out Stunt Peg. Great channel. Awesome football documentaries, vlogs, and things of that nature. Wow, 1 million views in a month. Really, really killing it over here on YouTube. Go check that out. I'll see you guys in the next video.